What's up, internet? Welcome to Mo's Garage. Today we're going to be replacing the hatch struts on the Xterra, but to be honest, that's a little boring, so we are also going to be installing this hatch ladder. Alright everyone, so my hatch struts have been needing to be replaced for a while now, but it's gotten to the point where the liftgate won't open all the way on its own without some kind of support. And the other issue I'm having with this is that I can barely get underneath this thing without it touching my head. I'm not a tall person, so this shouldn't be an issue. I'm only 5'10", and I've read on the forums that the McMaster Carr struts will actually help open up the liftgate just a few inches taller than OEM. So jumping straight into it, take one arm and support the hatch, and then with the other arm, what you want to do is you want to get a screwdriver and find the clip that retains the strut to the hatch, and you want to poke that out. And you want to do that for both the front part and the back part of the strut. Once you have those two out, what you can do is you can just tap on the strut a little bit, and that should allow the strut to pop out. Not too bad. Here we have the strut removed, and we can do that to both sides, and then we can start preparing our new struts for installation. Alright everyone, so here we have our new struts and our old struts. Now, as I mentioned previously, these struts did come from McMaster Carr. This is not a paid sponsorship or promotion of any kind. I purchased these with my own money, and the reason for that is because all you have to do to mount these to your vehicle is you can purchase the mounting tabs that are specific to your vehicle, and then you can buy these struts separately depending on your needs. So these here, for example, are the 175-pound variant, and that's simply because I will be adding the liftgate or hatch ladder, whatever you want to call it. And all you have to do to put these two together is screw on the mounting pieces, and then from there you should be able to go ahead and just attach them to your vehicle. Now, after you screw these guys on, do try to go ahead and get similar to what came off your vehicle, and that's just to make things a little bit easier when you're out there installing them. Alright, so reinstallation of the new struts is actually the easiest part. All you got to do is pick a side, pop it in, and then lift up the other side and pop that other side in. Not too bad. So now let's get to the fun part and install the ladder. Alright everyone, so here are all the pieces that you're going to be getting when you purchase the RoXterra hatch ladder. So essentially you have this top and bottom piece which hold the ladder to the hatch, and then you have these two rubber strips, one of them which is longer. This is going to go towards the bottom, and then we have a shorter one which is going to go towards the top. We have a bag of hardware, and then we have these two rubber felt type strips. The instructions weren't too clear on where these go. I know that this 3-inch piece goes under here, but it doesn't specify like where exactly, like towards the front or towards the back. And this is so that when you place this on the hatch, you won't scuff up your paint, right? So you'll have that rubber strip that goes in here, and then you'll have this padding that should go on there, but I'm not sure how far in or out it's supposed to go, so I guess we'll see that once we actually start installing the ladder. This other piece is, I believe, for the ladder. Let's see if I can get it. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to go under here so that it doesn't scuff up the plate, or if it's supposed to go down here. My guess would be that it goes down here so that it doesn't scuff up the paint on the hatch, but I guess we'll see once we actually get to installing the ladder. Alright, so starting off with the top plate, I'm going to go ahead and install this little rubber strip. This is supposed to go right up against the curve of the hatch. This was a little bit bigger than the actual top plate, so I'm going to just go ahead and place it, and it should be enough to cover the whole thing. To make sure that this is as secure as it can possibly be, I'm just taking a screwdriver, and I'm just kind of pushing that weather strip all the way up against the hatch lip as best as possible. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where we're going to stick that strip, like rubber foam thing, and I think based off the way this looks, I'm going to stick it all the way at the edge, just like this. Alright, so to install the top plate, what you need to do is you need to lift up the hatch just enough so that you're able to hook the top plate over the lip and then slide it all the way down so that it's over the weather strip. just like this. Alright, so now to figure out where we're going to put that other strip, I'm going to go ahead and carefully set the ladder on just to kind of see where it's going to touch. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be going on the part that faces the hatch, so that we don't scuff up our paint. Alright, and so since I didn't show the installation of the foam strip on the other part, you can see right here that it's really simple. You have one side that has the adhesive, and you just want to line it up as best and as straight as you possibly can, and then you can just kind of work your way down and then just kind of carefully setting it into place. So now that we have that foam piece installed, I just went ahead and I installed the ladder onto the top plate, and using the supplied hardware, I'm just going to go ahead and install it finger tight for now. That way we can work on the bottom piece and then we can tighten everything up. Alright, so now that we have the ladder kind of in place, what you want to do is you want to take the bottom rubber strip and you just want to set it into place. Now that we have the ladder just kind of hanging out, you can kind of see where it needs to go, and then we can go from there. Alright, so then from there we can go ahead and install the bottom mounting plate. There are two holes on one side of the mounting plate. Make sure that those holes face up and up against the ladder. Then we can go ahead and slide it in. Make sure that you go over the lip but inside of the ladder. That's how it's going to mount to the hatch. And then you want to take your supplied hardware, which I have already kind of pre-stacked, and then you want to go ahead and secure all the screws just to hand tight. Okay, so once you have all your screws tightened down, just kind of hand tight, you want to take a screwdriver and then just tighten these all the way down, just so that the crush washer gets crushed. Now, according to the instructions, there is a particular order. You do want to do the bottom left one, then the bottom right, and then back up to the top left, and then the top right. Now I'm going to go ahead and use a drill for the top two, but then from there the bottom plate should be nice and secure and we can move on to the top. Now up at the top, all we're going to do is we're going to take a 14mm wrench or a socket, and you're just going to tighten it down all the way as tight as you can. And then from there, that should be it. Your ladder is now installed. Alright you guys, so there you have it. We've replaced the hatch struts and we also added a ladder to the Xterra, both of which were relatively simple jobs, nothing too complicated. Now before I let you guys go, I do have a couple notes that I wanted to bring up. First and foremost, I purchased the McMaster Carr struts simply because I like the modularity of them. I purchased the 175 pound variant because I needed something a little bit stronger than OEM in order to support the weight of the ladder. If you were looking for something OEM, you can go ahead and purchase a 150 pound variant. Or if you were adding some additional accessories to your ladder or to the hatch, you can get something like a 200 pound variant. For the RoXterra ladder, I simply purchased it because I wanted something a little bit different than the Gobi ladder. I feel like everyone has a Gobi ladder, and this is actually built and sold by a gentleman over on the forums. I'll leave a link down in the description for his website. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.